So those are largely a lot of the Japanese or Asian products that I wanted to share with you guys. Now I'm gonna go a bit more in depth with one of the biggest crazes in Asian beauty right now. Well, it has been for a few years now actually, and it's the BB cream, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard of it or know of it. But for those who do not, the BB cream stands for blemish cream or beblish cream, and essentially it is a product that is supposed to serve the purpose of a primer, foundation, moisturizer, almost all-in-one encompassing product really. And a lot of them have different qualities to them. Some are targeted more for whitening, some for anti-acne, but generally the formulation stays pretty much the same. Another quality of the BB creams is that they don't really come in full color ranges like foundations do. They usually just come almost in either just one shade per BB cream or maybe just variations of 2 or 3 shades. So in that aspect, it's really a product that I would say is particularly really targeted for Asian women just because of the coloration that the product comes in. So the reason why I wanted to share a few things about the BB cream with you guys is I've actually, for the past few years, I've known about BB creams for the longest time, but I've never really stuck to one. I've always just tried a little here and there because a lot of the time the BB creams are either made from Korea or they're made in China, and they don't really have English translation when it comes to ingredients or what they're supposed to do. So it's really hard for me to figure out what I'm purchasing into. But I wanted to particularly bring up the Japanese BB cream by Kanebo or by Freshelle, and this is actually very recently released, and it's actually the #1 BB cream in Japan right now. I believe this is the first BB cream that's made in Japan. Almost all other BB creams in the past were made in Korea. I have 2 others right here with me. This one is by Skin Aqua, and this one is actually just a generic brand. It says Born Korea, but it's Korean BB cream. And I actually took photographs of how these swatch, not blended, just straight from the bottle, and I did blend them out a bit more, and I'm gonna insert that somewhere in this video. But essentially what I just wanted to share with regards to this Japanese BB cream, I find that it is more forgiving in terms of coloration. With all the other BB creams I've ever tried, whether they were made in Korea or China, especially with this too, they really leave a certain gray cast or a white cast on my skin where you actually see a distinction from my face and my body color. And I'm not really very fair. Actually, I'm not fair at all. In Asian standards, I'm actually dark, at least for Japanese, Korean standards. I'm an NC30 in MAC, so if you're veering somewhere there, which is a medium range in coloration, or you're probably a bit more, you're going into the NC40s, 45, I really highly doubt that you will find a BB cream in terms of coloration that will work for you or match your skin tone. But BB creams are largely a makeup base as well. So some are actually really called a makeup base, and they're also meant to have foundation over top. But most of them are really marketed for the purposes of a primer, foundation, moisturizer, and sunscreen in one, because all of them actually have a certain degree of SPF. Some of them are very high as well. Now this Freshelle Kanebo BB cream is one of the better ones for me in terms of coloration and coverage and just the way it performs. It's more wearable than any other BB cream I've tried. Now, I'm sure you guys have heard of Skin 79, which is one of the most popular BB creams, and that is from Korea. Now, I did not purchase that because that is still very pale for my skin, and after swatching it, I did realize that it would still give my skin a gray-white cast. So really, if you're an NC30 and above, it's going to be very difficult for you to find a BB cream that'll probably match you. This was the closest one, and at least the most forgiving one, but even this, I would have to say, the finish is still nothing I can feel very confident to walk out of the door with. I still would need some kind of foundation, whether it be a lighter water-based foundation, but just something, because with the BB creams, they are really recommended to be applied with the fingers and to just blend it in with your skin, almost like a lotion type of thing. But I find that they, no matter which brand I try, they do really tend to not blend too well, and it kind of gives you that kind of patchy look. And I guess in that way, I think the BB cream, they're really largely targeted for Korean, Japanese, or Chinese women who have very small pores, if none, if even any at all. Because a lot of, with Asian skin, they have very small pores or very fine, almost invisible pores, which is not really what the larger market has. So I think in that case, the finishes of the BB cream are really not so forgiving. So that's my little take on BB creams. It's really very brightening, very whitening, and even if they're not marketed to be a brightening cream, most of them really have that effect once you put them on. And they also do tend to oxidize quite a bit. So sometimes when you first put them on, it looks very, very white, but after a few minutes, it actually gets a shade or two darker. But even then, for my skin tone, still doesn't work out that well. But I would have to say that if I had to choose just one, this would probably be the best. And another great thing about this BB cream is that it has hyaluronic acid. It has amazing ingredients or properties in the actual formulation. And I really do think, at least personally for myself, this would act as a good base. They're not very expensive BB creams. For the better brands, they retail for 39 Canadian, and probably in Asia you can get them for much cheaper. But BB creams are really all the hype in Asia, that even Western brands such as Clinique, Maybelline, and Bobbi Brown, I heard, have just recently released BB cream formulations specifically for the Asian market. They do have a very whitening effect though, but I heard that Bobbi Brown's BB cream is actually way better in coloration as well. So that's that for the BB creams. Now this one actually is said to be a 6-in-1 product: primer, foundation, moisturizer, sunscreen, essence, which is like a treatment, and let's see, primer, foundation, sunscreen, moisturizer, essence, and what is the other one I'm forgetting? Did I say moisturizer? But anyway, it's supposed to be an all-in-one product, as with all of them. But I really find that primer is supposed to be there to lay a certain canvas, or to make your skin a certain canvas prepped for foundation. So I really believe that it needs a bit of downtime prior to applying an actual foundation for it to actually give you that seamless canvas where it's already bonded with your skin and has sealed all the fine lines and the enlarged pores. So I really don't believe that there could ever be a primer foundation product in one, or at least I have yet to find one that really does the job well. So that's it for BB creams. Definitely this, for me, Japanese BB cream way beats any Korean BB cream that I've tried. Now when it comes to mascaras, this is another thing that Japanese cosmetics are really known for. They come out with amazing mascaras, even at the more inexpensive price ranges. These are some of the more popular ones. This is Dolly by Koji, and this of course is by Majolica Mallorca, which is the #1 mascaras really in Asia right now. The thing with the with Japanese mascaras, their pigmentation is very dark, which is a good thing. But the downside to it, and one of the reasons why I don't grab for it as often as I would like to, is that they're also one of the most difficult things to actually remove. And that's even using very good cleansers that I've known to take out waterproof products. They're also known, Japanese, I don't know if you guys have heard of the Shiseido mascara base, which has been discontinued. That product was greatly, they had a lot of followers for their product because it really did an amazing job for lashes. But this one is by Kate. It's a mascara base. It's a clear mascara base, but it's supposed to be kind of like a primer and help your actual mascara just perform better. That is my share. I hope that was informative for you guys. Thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day or a great evening.